back to that whole thing about like other people putting those thoughts in your head. You had the wealthiest man in the world and one of the most popular, Elon Musk, share your video and actually say like to change the program someone else put in your head. I think people don't realize it that we are getting so many programs placed in our heads that aren't our own, that are from other people that set the beliefs. Is it your kind of like, your thought process? Is it that we need to stop allowing so many influencers in our heads and we need to be our greatest influencer?
100%. That is a beautiful way to put it. We don't even realize how heavily programmed you are. If you
Yeah.
got, I mean, I'm in California, but if I got in the car right now and I just tried to drive somewhere, the amount of billboards that would be hitting my subconscious mind, that would be just passing, right? And there's colors like red, that is subliminal messaging that is happening all the time, right? We see, you go to a movie, there's product placement everywhere. They're speaking things at you. You turn on a radio, on a podcast. That's when I say, like, which thoughts are yours? Do you
Yeah.
even? It is so important. From the moment we're born, we're being programmed. And you know what? Programs aren't bad. I'm not saying they're bad. It's so cool that you can get in a car and you can drive and you can be on the phone and you can do that safely because you have a program that's in your mind. You have neural networks that are like, we know how to do this. We're taking over. It simplifies our life. But the problem is, are the programs that are running in your mind serving you? And if you're looking around at your life and you're not happy, the answer is a no. And I don't care what your friends did to you. I don't care what family you were raised in. I don't care what terrible things happen. I don't mean that. Like, I'm so sorry that all those things could happen to people. But at one point or another, you have to stop living that story and you have to change who you are. You have to change your identity. You have to change the programs in your mind. And that goes back to institutions. That goes back to friends. That goes back to family members. That is literally every day of our life, we are being programmed heavily. So my question is, why not you be the programmer? Why not you decide what goes into your mind? Like, literally, I imagine armor, like guys with armor standing gate at my mind. I literally imagine that. And I am like, and if somebody says something I don't want to experience, I'm like, nope, I deny that, cancel, cancel, cancel. I do not accept that. And I say the opposite. Like, this is happening all the time, all the time. And I think it's super important to find what I call a belief buddy, somebody that will believe in you and believe with you. A lot of times if energy matches itself. If you've ever seen that little example of the guy hitting the ball and the ball doesn't move because it's not the same hertz frequency, and then he does it again and it moves. Yeah. So if you're in a state and you're sad and you're not in a good place and you go to talk to somebody, they're going to meet you where they are. Right? Majority of time, that's why the world is responding back to you. Yeah, man, that does stink. Oh, I'm really sorry that you're screwed. Yeah, maybe you are going to die. I don't know. Right? Because it's a vibrational match. Yeah. But if you can find somebody that has a higher energy that can stay there, that can help bring you to it, raise you to it, and hold the standard. I mean, you have to heal you, right? But there can be someone holding the energy saying, I don't care what they said, Casper. You are going to be okay. Life is amazing. You can do it, right? That is also somebody helping reprogramming you. And so you've got to get so clear on what is the noise coming in, right? What are you listening to? What are you watching? Who do you hang out with? The reason they say we're the average of our 5 closest friends is because their thoughts and beliefs become yours, right? If you take a piece of meat and you marinate it overnight, it's going to taste like whatever those things are. Your brain is also the same thing. Whatever you're marinating it in is going to be your life. So what are those people around you? What are those things you're listening to? How are you showing up? Who are you showing up with? Where do you go? All of those people are constantly putting new thoughts, new beliefs, new programs into your mind. And your mind's like, okay, thank you. Let me rewire this. Okay, boom. Yeah. Okay, when I hang out with these people, I become this. And yeah, I mean, that was really amazing and wild to see that he shared that. And but it's true, right? It's like, this is so true. And, he shares about his own son and his own experiences in his own life and the programs that how he's seen his own family get programmed. And I'm sure himself, like, I think if we could all just agree on that, regardless of what you believe and what you think, if you can just look at the science behind the way your brain operates and runs, the way your subconscious mind works, that we do have these programs and that there are people that know how they work, right? That's why, I mean, what is TV called? It's called television programming.
Yes.
called programming, right?
Right.
It's
It's right there in the
called
word.
it's called a remote control.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to control you from afar, right? All of these words that we use to express these things, it's like, oh, that's what's going on here.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's not, it's not a conspiracy. It's just real. Like, it's like, you can just look at it and be like, oh, I'm actually being programmed by everything and everyone around me always. Why don't I be in charge? Why don't the power inside of me, the divinity inside of me, sit with myself? Let me ask and see, which way should I go? Right? I believe truly that there is this bigger dream waiting for all of us, this massive vision of why we came here. It's just we forgot it because we've been so heavily programmed to think it's impossible. And that's not why we're here. Because you can't have control of people if they're powerful. How can I control you if you can heal yourself? How can I control you if you hold the power to create, right? How can I keep order? And the reality is that's why you can't be in love and fear at the same. Love is a frequency of God. It's where all things exist. That's why the news is fear. If I can bring you here, I can control you. It's same with, that's why we see disease, right? It's you're operating in slow vibration.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just so passionate about this because it changed
Obviously.
my life.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, we're all these sponges of the world, whether it's in our environment, like whatever we place ourselves in, we're going to sponge. But there's also that beautiful message of hope in things like neuroplasticity. These are scientific proofs. We're not talking, because so many people I know, it's like, oh, this is all woo-woo new age. It's like, no, this is new science. You're just stuck in old Newtonian principles of science. Quantum medicine has been around for 100 years, right? Quantum healing and quantum physics, first off. But that's how we could apply it to our world in a much more advanced way than ever before. And we could absolutely change so much in our lives as long as we embrace it and have that belief system.